How will people view Lively Baldoni in 1,000 years? This book, Pillars of the Earth, kind of has me thinking about that. This book is set in medieval England during kind of a period of anarchy, and there's a lot of power struggles, alliances, politics, revenge, a lot of violence, a lot of people doing really bad things like burning down towns because they just don't like the town, they don't like the people. And instead of seeing justice, you just see the people that burn down the towns kind of prosper from it, and then the people that are left with the burned down towns kind of have to keep starting over. And it's, it feels totally unfair. And to us in 2025, we go, yeah, wow, this wouldn't happen today. We at least feel like in America this wouldn't happen today. There's not going to be some small town that a bunch of knights, an earl and knights go around it and then burn it down, and then, we would think that justice would be served, at least in that case. And so it has me thinking about the Baldoni Lively situation and how we will view it in 1,000 years, and if people will view it and go, yeah, this is patently unfair, how did this happen? And then how did it cost them millions of dollars to defend, and costly PR, costly litigation, just years of their life too, right? That almost feels like another layer of the injustice. And I wonder if there will be a remedy to that via an evolved justice system in, say, 1,000 years. I'm sure there will still be a new problem and a new power struggle, but it's just something that I've kind of been toying with as I've been reading this, because I read this and I go, yeah, like, this is totally unfair and these people should be punished and there's no punishment, and this is barbaric and archaic and medieval England. And I'm sure people will look back at some of our problems, and I'm sure I could relate this to the broader media struggles or politics, but obviously I talk about Lively on here a lot, and I'm clearly Team Baldoni, so I've just been thinking about that, and I don't know, but I guess it's a fun thought experiment to a degree of like how we can evolve to kind of rectify these issues. Because it just feels so similar. This Earl with his power struggles, and then his different alliances, and then they shift alliances, and then he's like, I just don't like that, so I'm gonna go burn down this town because that's gonna solve my problem. And then the town's like in despair, but then he's prospering because he burned it down. And so I think to some degree there's something that starts with a V and ends in an ink, and that needs to be taken care of. And I also just think the whole costly aspect of litigation, the years of litigation, maybe does need a facelift. I know I don't want injustice to happen the other way, where it's like we were only able to get 1/10 of the facts, and then they make a bad decision because they didn't have enough time. But, as we evolve, I hope that there's a remedy to that. And I just feel like there's going to be a bunch of books that, instead of having knights around a town, are going to be about people's different media operations. Who knows what technology will bring, but an interesting thought. I have 170 pages left, and I can't wait to be done with this book. It is a good read. It's well written, it's engaging, but I'm ready to move on to something else.